Let's go to part B, which is the financing scheme. In this case, coupon bonds. B, coupon bonds. And the public agency borrows 672,000, including the issuing costs of 5%, and the dividend rate is 10% per year. So with that, we need to find out what is the amount that the public agency net receipt, pay the issuing cost. What is the issuing cost? When you borrow the money to buy your house, that is the mortgage, and the mortgage have the closing costs, the cost to cover the application, preparation for the loan, all of that issuing cost. Similar to here, the public agency, they don't go to the New York Stock Exchange to get the bond. They hire a consultant, go there to get the money for the public agency. No one do for free. That company will get the service and get paid for that service, and that's the issuing cost that you have. So with that, and 5%, including 5%. So what does that mean here? The public agency actually loan amount is 672,000, but they actually receive public agency net receipt is not that much. It's not all of that money. You have to pay out for the issuing cost, the third party, so that you have to plus the issuing cost, and that is the total amount you take loan, just like you mortgage, including the amount that you really pay for the house and the closing cost. And this is 5%, including 5%. Then from there, we can be able to find out the public agency net receipt. And it equal to 672,000 divided by, including 5%, so it will be 1.05. Your public agency net receipt plus 5% equal to that, so you have to divide by. That equal to 640,000. What does that mean? You take a loan 672,000, but you only use 640,000 for the project. The leftover, that is the issuing cost that you pay for the third party, it equal to 672,000 minus 640,000, and that is 32,000 that you have to pay at the beginning to get this bond. Just like to get the mortgage, I have to pay closing costs. So with that, we can be able to draw the operating and bond cash flow, and we combine before we find out NPV. So we can draw operating and bond cash flow diagram for each. So first, let the operating cash flow of the project. Years, 5 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the project, for the operating cash flow. So in this case, we have the operating of the project. At year 0, we have to pay out for the construction cost 400,000 in the table there. Year 2, negative 200 should pay out, and then year 3 200, year 2 280, year 3 300. So that year 1 here is still going down 200,000. So basically that is the engineering and construction cost we have to pay. And from year 2 we at the end of year 2 we receive the money. It's positive revenue. Like you build a road, then you receive the toll from year 2. So that is from that table 280, 300, then we have 320, and the last one is 340k. And then we have the bond cash flow years, and in this case we're talking about the bonds, and also in 5 years. For the bond, at the beginning you got 672,000. That is, you borrow money but it's in your pocket, but that you have to repay. So 1 2 3 4 5, but you have to pay the issuing cost immediately. That is 32,000. So that was the net at time 0. You only have 640, 672 minus 32, 640. And then every year you have to pay the coupon. The coupon in this case is 10% interest rate, 10% dividend rate of that amount. So you get the every year we have to pay out the coupon. And that, as you can see, equal to the amount that we own times 10%. So that equal to 67.2 thousand per year. And at the end, the coupon is the repaid at the end of year 5. So we have to pay the original principal here, and that is 672,000. And from that one we can combine, we can add them together. Add them together. We can have the combined cash flow for years. So the first cash flow is the project revenues. The second, well, you can get that project revenue. You borrow money to pay for that. Combine that. That what is the combine the total net cash flow to be evaluated. 2 years. Just add year by year. Year 0 for the operating negative 400 plus 672 bond, and then negative 32. So you will get a positive amount at time 0. So add them to 40k. Similarly, negative 200 plus 62.2k. So that it will be going down to 67.2k. Year 2, 280 minus 67.2, it become a positive. So let's just keep doing that. So this is 218.2. Year 3, 232.8. 238.2. Year 4 to 58.2k. No, 250 is have to match up between A and 2. 212.8k, 232.8k, and 252.8k. And year 5 you have 340 positive minus 67.2 minus 672, so that is a big minuses in here, and that is 399.2. Okay, then that we already have combined. Cash flow. Then we can find out NPV. NPVB. So do one by one in this case, 240, so it's positive, so we have 240. Okay, at year 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At year 2, negative, so we have negative 267.2K. And we divide by 1.1. The math, it's 10% for the public agency at year 1, so power 1, that is the discount given F5P. By now you know what to do that. And then plus we have 212.8K divided by 1.1.2 power 2. Similar, we have 232.8K, 252.8K with the discount 1.1.3 over 3, 1.1 power 4. And year 5 we have negative, big negative here, 399.2K. Bring that year 5 to year 0, 1.1, this is a math 10% again, power 5. So given F5P, we get this equal to 272.66K. So with this financing scheme, which we use the bond to finance the project, the NPV, net present value of the project for the public agency is 272,660 positive. It means financially viable. But we want to compare which one we prefer. The first one is overdraft financing, 677.25. Coupon 672.66. So you see overdraft financings is preferred because the NPV is bigger. So you can see here NPV A greater than NPVB, which is the overdraft financing is preferred. And that we done for this problem.